dark days ahead.
We have to go!
The Four Lands is in grave danger.
You three.
You can save it.
Alright, what's up, guys? And, you know, the Shannara Chronicles, man. So, I'm just gonna literally talk about the show, what I like about the show, what I dislike, and everything. Pretty much everything that's good about the show, which some things I hated, literally was on Netflix, and I just saw it, and I heard about the show being alright, and it's on MTV. So, back in the day, MTV used to be fucking amazing, and now, literally, I don't watch it. So, let's talk about this.
하루 내 넘어 the motherfucking name 난 욕조에 누워 쇼핑해
oh my god, I'm coming with the goodness. Acting like I ain't been in it, like I ain't been pushing my limit. Hold up, wait up, get your weight up. PLP, but fuck around.
Alright, I would say the good things, or even great things about this show. This show is, I would say, a really good show. It's felt like in the first episode that you already know the story, but it's being told in a different way. It gives you the feeling of Lord of the Rings. If you love Lord of the Rings, I think you would love the show. The show is very influenced by Lord of the Rings. And if you haven't read the book, because I haven't read the book, if you haven't read the book or watched the show, let me tell you a little about it. It's pretty much about, it follows these heroes in the Four Lands, as in they embark on this quest to stop the evil demon army from destroying the universe. And they even go into talking about, back then, 30 years before, and how they defeated this this evil army before, and they're coming back, and so much stuff happens. And it seems like from thousands of years ago, after the fall of mankind, pretty much, I guess, had World War III or something like that, and they blew up everything. And pretty much you got a princess, you got a rogue, and then you got a half elf, half human, and and they pretty much go on this quest to save the world, pretty much. And that's the type of show you're watching if you get into it. In my opinion, I would feel like, just how it says on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like 50-50 with me. It's like the show, at some points in time, the show gets so good, and you still get the feel of Lord of the Rings. Like, it's so influenced. And, sometimes you're just, like, hitting your head, like, what? Oh, my goodness. Why did they put that in the show? And another thing, that this show is based on the books, but this only the second one. There's 3 books. There's a first one, second one, but it's the second book that is based on. Just wanted to let you guys. And also, I also like how they only did 10 episodes. I feel like even in the Game of Thrones, how they do 10 episodes, I feel like even for an hour, and then the 10 episodes could really cut out most things that are not needed in a show, like filler. Filler could be so annoying sometimes and unneeded, and I hate it sometimes. And you know what? Cutting it to 10 episodes cuts out filler, and I think that's a great idea. And I hope a lot of shows follow, like the Game of Thrones and this show, to 10 episodes. So instead of making a lot of episodes, I would rather have 10 episodes where the story is good. It's a little longer than 30 minutes, and no filler, because who the hell likes filler? Yeah. And the acting, I would say it's good. It's not great, it's not amazing, but it's good. Very good acting. And I would say the good thing about their acting is their chemistry. On MTV's part, that they had them in Ireland, I think. I watched an interview, had them in Ireland 2 months before the show even started. So, on their part, MTV's part, they had them getting to know each other, and because there's gonna be a lot. There is a love triangle if you don't know. And you know what? I don't really mind it. I don't think it's a really big deal into the story, but I'm there for the story and not for what MTV usually does with a lot of teen shows that they have these love romance things. I don't really watch MTV. This is like the first time I would say like in 10 years I've watched MTV. So it's been a long time, and they finally got a show so everyone could flocking over to watch MTV. And I really hope MTV continues to make shows like this, because there's an audience for these shows that are there's a lot of fantasy shows and a lot of there's a lot of shows in general that they could be making that go from book to TV. And these big companies are seeing it right in Game of Thrones and Walking Dead. All these shows from books are going into TV, that they should just stick to the contents of the book, and they'll have a great TV show. It's like a win-win situation. But yeah, that I feel like those are the good things about the show. So let's get into the other things.
This goes out to you. This goes out to you and you and you and you. This goes out to you. This goes out to you.
The show gives you the type of feeling of Lord of the Rings straight out of the gate, first episode, first 30 seconds. You feel it. You get elves, orcs, all these things, which is cool. It's a cool story and whatnot. The gripes I have about it, ready? I'm going to read you this. Alright, this is literally what they say. May my magic of this earth course through my veins from this day until my last. Okay, people might think, okay, what do you mean by this? Or, like, why does this make you even angry? Okay, I know the book came out in 1982. That's what this is based on. And then I looked up if these words are even in the book. So I'm looking online, everything, and these words are not in the book. They literally just stole. Okay, I want you to watch this. If you don't know where until this day, until my last day is, watch this.
I don't care if he's a bastard. Ned Stark's blood runs through his veins. He's my king, from this day until his last day.
And another thing, I'm a big Game of Thrones fan, and I understand like your influence, and you try to make the show, try to make it seem like that, even though it's like Game of Thrones Junior. It's nothing compared to Game of Thrones, but come on, like, don't use words from another show to like I just don't understand. Who made this decision to make this idea of those words? Because even though they're just words, everyone's gonna know them, and that's why it feels familiar in the terms they use, the words they use in this show. And that's just fucking ridiculous in my opinion. My opinion, is shit, but I just had to say my piece about how they just using other people's words. There's constant things in the show that they took from Game of Thrones, other shows, even in Lord of the Rings, they took different stuff. So I just don't understand how they doing this. And another thing, it's also in the first episode. Look at this picture. And also, literally from the first season to the last season, which I'm going to show you a clip of the 6th season, literally them saying it. They've been saying it since the first season. Even in the books, the first book says it. It's literally, I think it's literally almost like the first words. And I just don't understand, why would they do this? Are they trying to be Game of Thrones? I mean, come on. Let's be honest. It's just a little thing. It's not really a big deal to me. Even though they only said it once, I feel like they should have never said it in the first place. You know what I mean? Even though I'm making a big deal about it, but I feel like they should have never made it in the first place. Okay, MTV. What really got me mad, the only thing that, like, the other thing really got me mad about the Game of Thrones thing, the line, but this was like, okay, am I gonna watch the rest of this? Because it literally was the first episode. Okay, you literally see. Remember when anybody ever watched the Lord of the Rings? When I keep forgetting his name, goes up to the mountain, where the eye is and whatnot and shit, and you see that he's going up the mountain. Literally the first episode. Look at the image on the screen. Look it. This is the same thing. Just put an eye on top of it. You got the same thing. It's ridiculous. Who on MTV who made the decision to do this? I know Lord of the Rings was out way before even the books were even thought of. But come on, you could have made it look different, and it's just like little things like that. It just bothers me because I feel like, like be different. Your show, it has the same type of feel, but it could be different, and that's like something you strive for, to be different, not try to make a replica. Because the movies are amazing, the books are amazing. Why are you trying to do that? I just don't fucking understand. But the whole thing is why. You can make it look totally different, even though the CGI was freaking amazing in the show, amazing. That you couldn't do anything else. You had to make it look like Lord of the Rings. You trying to be the Lord of the Rings? You can't. I'm sorry. Even though it's a good show, you can't be the Lord of the Rings.
I feel like, oh shit. Walking, living legend, man, I feel like Kobe. I just left the strip club, got some glitter on me. Wifey gonna kill me, she the...
I know, familiar, right? Just ridiculous. It's just little things. And, at the end of the day, it's just a show. And I think it's a good show, and I feel like people should watch it. Even though there's, like, little things in the show that I'm really, like, nitpicking that they should have fixed, and it should have been like, yeah, we shouldn't do this, but they did it anyway. But, I would definitely recommend this show, even though I'm nitpicking at little things that bother me that the show offers. If you haven't seen it, there's a second season coming out, so definitely you can watch it on Netflix. I think is there an MTV site? Maybe, who the fuck knows? But yeah. If you guys want me to do more of these, I'm gonna do another one. Maybe the next season. Wait till it's over. Alright, I'll check you guys in the next one. Alright, peace.
Me, I'm just done.